Coming up in this month's episode of Garage Talk Unwrapped, Ben goes back to college, GSF are making lunch, and we scan some tyres. First up is Hella's Tech Talk.
Right, we just try one more time. Just Megamax X and
Megamax X.
Remote.
Along with the ADAS boards, we have the Megamax X and the Megamax Remote. Did I do it again wrong again? Okay, Max Remote, Max Remote, Max Remote, Max Remote. We got involved in ADAS because we have a close friend who worked in a body shop and they had that need. So we did an awful lot with them, and then we branched out into other body shops over a few years, and these come in and out all the time.
And you were saying that you quickly sort of recouped the investment of this equipment.
The original investment was huge. It was more expensive back then, but actually very few people were doing it. So we actually recouped the value very, very quickly. I think it might have even been 9 months. We've had to invest numerous times since with different equipment and more boards and various things. So it's an ongoing journey. When we first put the equipment in, we didn't see customers come through the door with a problem because the vehicles, of course, they were brand new. Now, jump forward all these years, we do see customers coming in with radar problems, with camera problems. If you have an incident where you lose your wing mirror on a vehicle with a 360, you've got an ADAS problem and we can sort it out.
One of the big concerns was the fact that the garages haven't got enough space to store this equipment, but actually it packs down quite neatly.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of them. That is a big thing, is trying to find somewhere to fit them, but there's no two ways around it. There's just, because of what they are, there's just big things to store, but luckily they are all flat, so.
Tell us a little bit about the diagnostic tools that you have over there. You say you pick them up every now and again.
Yeah, so they do come in handy for service tasks, stuff like that. There's a lot of information on there. A lot of it's quite, like dealer level stuff, wiring diagrams, specifications and stuff. It's nice and easy to use. All around, it's good diagnostic equipment.
Any advice for garages on how to best educate their customers on why they need calibration?
I think what they're doing here at CarMaster is a great example. So all the staff, even the front of house staff, have had training on ADAS so that they understand the systems, they understand how important it is to calibrate it, and they can explain and pass that message on to the customers.
Is there any sort of other key messages that you want to get across to garages in this video?
I think the message is that ADAS has been around for a while, but every vehicle that's going out onto the roads today from you has more and more ADAS systems fitted to it. So the opportunity is just growing sort of month on month, year by year.
For Melbourne, the first weekend for Formula 2 and Formula 3 racing. Been doing a lot of our preparation on the simulator, and we're reasonably confident in what we've put in place and what we've done with the drivers ahead of the season.
So today we've been focusing on prep for Melbourne, running through numerous different programs, mainly quality performance runs. For example, turn 1 is quite a tricky corner here in qualifying. The tyres aren't always quite up to temperature, so getting your head around that and understanding the best way to approach that for quali would be one of the standard areas we look at. The things you can feel through the sim are pretty impressive. The feeling of the car vibrating over a curb on the exit of the corner, or how a car reacts when you lock up a wheel, or when you carry a bit too much speed and you have understeer or oversteer. It's very, very good at replicating what you can feel in the real car.
To get something as close and as realistic as this, when you're not able to get track time, is the most important thing.
It's great to see that Rodin Motorsport are investing in this kind of technologies. It's very high level and it helps a lot as driver to get in the track very prepared, so for sure it's a privilege to be in this situation right now. Our goal is to fine-tune things ahead of the race weekend and get to Melbourne and be quick from lap 1.
At Rodin, we compete in everything from Formula 4 all the way up to Formula 2, GB3, Formula Regional, F1 Academy. Simulation is really important now alongside racing. It's something that allows us to work on procedures and things alongside what we do at the circuit as well, and allows us to prepare not only with the drivers but with the engineers and race teams as well.
One of the really good things that we find is the ability to iterate through setups very quickly. So the driver obviously remains in the sim and he's able to give feedback really quickly. We have a number of live tunables that we can do on the fly, but we also can change full vehicle models, and that can be done, within minutes.
Tom helps us with setting the grip levels to make sure that we correlate what we should do during the warm procedure. And of course, communication is the most important thing in motorsport, just because as a driver you don't see what the engineer sees.
Okay mate, cool and push again, cool and push again. That was a bit of a rear lock in 11, copy.
For a lot of the junior drivers, they haven't experienced a platform like this, so one of the big things we work with them to do at the beginning is just getting familiarised with the motion, and as well as obviously starting to learn what changes make. So for example, we can do a setup change and we can start to understand whether the driver can feel that feedback and give that feedback back to the race engineers as well.
A lot of F1 drivers, Formula 2 drivers say that it makes a difference. So having this at Rodin Motorsport is really special and I'm grateful for it.
The simulation technology, it helps us shorten the development cycles of everything that we do, so that we can do things quicker, prepare things more in advance before we get to the circuits. Just allows us to be a bit more competitive by the time we do go racing.
Using a sim like Dynisma in general is quite a big part of a driver's development. It becomes even more important when you get to the level of F3 and F2 and above, because during a race weekend you do very few laps.
As a rookie, you always want to do well in your first year, and as we get limited running on the Friday before qualifying and we only get 3 laps, we need to do as much as we can here in the simulator, so it's a good prep.
Every time I jump into this sim, I always feel like I'm somewhat in real life. And to have this sim already from such a young age with such good track models and the feeling that you get, I feel like, of course, you'll be probably the most prepared driver on the grid.
Dynisma, they're leading the way in motorsport simulation. It's founded, by people that understand motorsport and do things in motorsport, and the technology's at the cutting edge of what you can do with motion simulation.
Using a sim like this is far more important nowadays than I would say people would understand. I think a lot of the knowledge you have as a driver, you kind of need to rely on what you learnt from the sim, because it's very difficult to learn through the race weekend. The rate I improved last year increased quite a lot. And I think at this level in F2 and now hopefully knocking on the door of F1, improvement is quite a big thing. So definitely it's been a massive help and very beneficial for me.
I'm Emma from Bond, and today we are at EAC in Telford to do a quick demonstration of the Tirescape app. Tirescape is a sales and marketing tool powered by an AI algorithm. It allows mechanics and tyre techs to input AI or manually entered tyre treads to create a detailed visual report to help your customer understand their tyre health. Tirescape diagnoses the life expectancy of a tyre right down to a 30-day window. 30 days before the due date, Tirescape automatically triggers a text and email reminder to your customer to remind them to check their tyres and drive them back into your business to help increase your sales and road safety for the end user.
On Tyre Scope, we'll scan your registration and it will also flag up if you have any advisories from your last MOT. And from here, we'll scan all your tyres to make sure they are all legal and within legal requirements. Following these results, the minimum depth tread for a car tyre in the UK is a 1.6mm. As you can see, the side is 5.7, the other side is 6.5 and the middle is 7. So you are absolutely fine for the roads. So now I'm going to scan the front right. The scan has picked up on the front right tyre that the outer wall of the tyre is 0.0 tread. As we have visually checked the tyre, after looking at the app itself, we have noticed that there is a cut right on the side wall there, which immediately needs attention and addressing. The best thing to do is ring the customer and say that we do need a new tyre due to that reason, because we don't know how low it's gone down to the cords. We need to put a note in saying that there is a cut on the side wall of the tyre. Now I have scanned all the tyres. What we're going to do now is send the report to the customer to let him know fully of all his tyres on his car.
So the key to Tirescape is you can either enter the data manually by typing it in, or if you prefer, you can use our AI-powered scanning tool that's loaded onto your mobile app. The key is capturing the data, and the AI algorithm picks that up to then produce you the visual report, which then further down the line generates the automated remarketing of your business to that customer at exactly the right time. And for the consumer, this allows them to have peace of mind motoring, knowing that they're never going to forget to check their tyres again.
Hi, I'm Shane Kelly. I'm team manager and race driver for UWR, University of Wolverhampton Racing. Here today launching our new Radical SR3X XR. It's a brand new venture for us with this manufacturer for this season. A big step for us from last year into the One Make series with the Radical Cup. It brings us real back to our roots where we raced in Formula 3 Cup in Formula 3 back in 2016-17, and it gets us back into there fighting for points for a championship. So we're here today launching the car for our sponsors and for the university as well.
My name is Megan. I'm the marketing and events coordinator here at Radical Motorsport. So this year we've got a really exciting season ahead of us. So we've got the 2026 Radical Cup UK, which is what the University of Wolverhampton will be competing in. So we've got a 4-round championship season. We're starting at Brands Hatch in May, supporting the GT World Challenge, and then we move on to Alton Park in June, supporting Supercar Pageant, which will be really exciting. And then we'll be back to the iconic Silverstone GP circuit in August, supporting GT Cup Step and GB3.
It's a student-led team as well, so we have around 15 students who work on this car. So it's again a big step. We're off racing in May, and we're now currently training the students up for the brand new season. We have brand new students in, training them as engineers, motorsport engineers, strategists.
September, which is our season finale, will be back at Donington Park, which is the home of our HQ is at Radical.
Yeah, really excited about getting to Donington Park for our first test in March.
Welcome to GSS Fully Fueled. This is our food to provide to our key colleagues in our NDC. We've got a great location here, but there's no food provision within a mile or two. So now we've got it on site, subsidised food, healthy food for all our colleagues.
I work here since open here, and it's very hard. Maybe you don't have time to cook home, and you don't have food, and you need to take the car and go there to buy something, or you need to take from the machine, and it's not that good food. But this is the best idea ever.
I think it's a great idea. I think it's going to encourage a community feel within the NDC.
Another indication of where we put people really first and foremost in the centre of our business, talking to our colleagues, talking to our peers, talking to our suppliers. We thought how could we get together, do something fun, nutritious, and also something that would engage our people. So this is the result. GSF is committed to people, not because it's a nice thing to do, because without them, we literally are nothing.
It's very good for us. We had hot food and it's wonderful, so we don't have to bring the food from home.
We're proud to be here, we're proud of our people, we're proud of our supply relationships, and we're proud of each other.
For tools and machinery, come to Machine Mart. Experts in our 65 superstores help you choose from the vast range, including air compressors, tool chests, stoves, welders, generators, water pumps, heaters, power tools, and much, much more. Or just order by phone or online. Look out for our money-saving special offers. Our free catalogue contains hundreds of price cuts and great new products. Or visit our website with thousands more specialist products in Machine Mart Extra. Shop in-store, online, or call.
So today we're at Shrewsbury College and we're very fortunate to be joined by the principal, James Staniforth. Good afternoon, James. Thank you for welcoming us to Shrewsbury College today.
No, it's fantastic. Really good to see you.
Tell us about your college.
So the college was formed about 9 years ago, merged from the General Further Education College and the Sixth Form College in the town. We've got about 9,500 students, so that's 16 to 18-year-olds predominantly, but also lots of apprentices, higher education students, adult education students. We do a bit of training around the country as well as in Shrewsbury. But our job really is to make sure that we prepare people for the jobs of the future and give them the opportunity to be able to contribute to our local, regional and national economy.
Why is automotive so important to you?
It's a critical industry, isn't it? I mean, it's you start thinking about what are our transport needs, but it goes way beyond that, doesn't it? I mean, it's the engineering, it's all the different aspects of fabrication and welding. It's something that if we train somebody really well, they're going to have a job for life, as long as they recognise that the industry is going to change during that time that they've got their job for life. So we stood here in our automotive centre. We put this up about 5 years ago. We put it up because we got this strange situation where we got really fantastic automotive teachers in the college, and you always back your winners, don't you?
Yeah, dead.
But we hadn't got enough space, and we felt it was starting to hold back the sort of student numbers that we get. So we built this, build it and they'll come. We thought we'd fill it in about 3 years. We filled it straight away, first year that we had it. So it's been a real success story.
And how's the capacity grown? I believe it's 3 times what it used to be.
So I think some of it is that I go out into schools and I talk to year 11s about what their opportunities are. And I think the difficulty is that you only know what you know, don't you? So if your parents have done A-levels or your parents have done a health qualification or something, that's what you think you're going to go and do. And what I can go in and do is say, listen, in one college, we do everything from A-level in history and English literature and maths through to travel and tourism, health and social care, carpentry, joinery, motor vehicle. And it's the same values, ethos, approach, great teaching, commitment to the very best standards. And then the other thing we do is we go, people that sat where you were 2 or 3 years ago from your school that did this course, this is what they're doing now. And so we give them those destinations. They're working for Jaguar Land Rover, they're working for BMW, and that makes a big difference, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And then they come along and they see the facilities and they go, oh, that's fantastic, I'll have a bit of that. I'd really enjoy it. There's loads of students who school doesn't necessarily bring out the best in them. They're good at some subjects, they don't like some other stuff. You get them doing the subject they want to do with people who are really skilled. Yeah. They're good teachers, but they know their subjects as well, and they fly, don't they?
Yeah, yeah. And you never know where people end up, and it's just nice that you follow those stories. Obviously, you've got people that you follow through their careers. Do you have anybody in motor racing?
No.
Is that an ambition?
It'd be fantastic.
It would, wouldn't it? Yeah.
But I tell you what, if there's somebody that's going down that route, they might not be a fantastic student, because every weekend they're going to be competing all over the country, haven't we?
It is.
We had a student 2 years ago who was an international cyclist, and we were literally teaching them. They'd be like in Brazil, and they'd be online doing some lessons with one of our staff, making sure they stayed up to date with their assignments. But that's a bit exceptional and special.
Yeah, it is. And I think people miss that though, don't they? They think automotive is a garage, and I think a lot of people still think old school garage, oily rags, etc.
Yeah.
The industry's changed massively now, and it's such a huge industry. You go right from F1 to the back street garage.
Absolutely, and I think we're very lucky as well that when I said about us building this, we did it in partnership with employers. So the March's Local Enterprise Partnership put in the first bit of money, we put in a big chunk of our own cash, and then we got lots of industry partners that contributed kit, which is why we were able to do the project. So really grateful to RMT and Excels, Draper Tools, Makita, because those are the people that made sure that when we were training our students, they're using up-to-date kit, which means that when they go out into a business, they're not having to spend ages bringing them up to speed. They know exactly what they're doing. We teach hybrid, we teach electrical. Your local garage might not need it at the moment. They're going to need it in the future.
Definitely, yeah. So the obvious question is, what's the next step? This is just the start, isn't it?
Well, it's funny that you should say that. We've just been doing a curriculum planning meeting for motor vehicle and engineering before we came over here today. So we're looking at expanding this facility. So when it was designed, it's got like a little bit of it comes in and then goes back out. That's very technical. Yeah. But it means we can fill that in and expand the space that we've got here. We've got another building where we do a bit of motor vehicle work, and we can move some of that work over from there over to here, which will allow us to expand other stuff over there. So we want to push it to the next level.
So what's the ambition?
If I take the college as a whole, we were inspected last year by Ofsted, graded as outstanding, with a strong contribution to local, regional and national skills, which is the highest grade you can get for that dimension. And what we want to be is we want to be your go-to place. If you're in Shrewsbury, if you're in Shropshire, to be honest, in the West Midlands, that's the place that you want to go to if you want to do any work around motor vehicle engineering. I think we're making great headway with it. You're going to talk to Alan in a minute. He's our new curriculum director for motor vehicle and engineering. Got loads of really exciting ideas, and I think the future looks really bright.
And I think the best thing the industry can do is support you.
Yeah, well, they have supported us brilliantly.
Yeah.
We see it as our job to make sure that they've got the workforce of the future. It's all that partnership, isn't it? Get those partnerships right, we can do anything.
So now we've moved along the workshop to talk to Alan Handy, who's the curriculum director for motor vehicle engineering at the college. You used to have, I believe, about 30 students. You've now got 100. Or over 100?
Over 100 students, studying everything from level 1, level 2, level 3, right the way up to apprenticeships. But we also have quite a strong commercial aspect of the college.
Yeah.
So we do a lot of the MOT tester training. So we do MOT testers, we do accreditation, we do the CPD for MOTs, we do electric vehicle and F-gas as well. So it's quite a wide range.
So the obvious question is, how have you grown it so quickly with your influence?
So I think as an organisation, obviously, as James mentioned, build it and they will come. We've built the department. We've expanded. We've created now this workshop, as you can see, industry standard.
Absolutely, power students.
Yeah, and industry standard. So it's a case of building that, and then now students are coming to us. They're better qualified. They're looking at the qualifications. We offer a broader breadth of qualifications, and they can see that they can expand when they leave us as well and come back and do further courses.
And I know the IMI is an important part of this as well, isn't it? The Institute of Motor Industry.
Yeah, absolutely. So the IMI are the awarding body as far as most are concerned within the industry. I've myself have worked along IMI qualifications for the 18 years I've been in education, but before that my qualifications, some of those were through the IMI as well. So it's the recognised body, and working alongside those, we're working alongside looking at probably doing some hydrogen training as we move forwards and taking on ADAS and accreditation as well as we move over the next few years.
And of course the education side is the vital part because you're a college.
Yes.
But there's also the fact that this hasn't been built out of nothing. You've had a lot of support from the industry, but you can always do more industry support, couldn't you?
Absolutely. So yes, the industry helped us design the workshop, design the spaces. We got really good support on kit and equipment we put in here. The next step now is to maintain what we've got and what we've had. So better vehicles, quality vehicles, tools and equipment and kit. So James spoke a little bit about we're going to expand this workshop, so that work will take place this summer. So expanding into next door, just to see it just behind you, that will be our dedicated commercial space. But also our current students will have that exposure to those as well.
So you could do with a couple more ramps.
We're definitely putting some more ramps. So we're putting MOT bay in there. Two more ramps. 2 more two-poster ramps are going in there as well.
Obviously, ICEV. It's not the newest of conversations. What's the college's take on that?
So again, we offer the qualifications. Uptake from industry, again, I've come from another college, so my experience of there and here is that there isn't that uptake yet on that. So we're doing a slightly different slant here, where everybody that leaves us with a level 3 qualification moving forward will have a level 2 step down electric vehicle qualification.
Okay.
The idea behind that is that it makes our students ready. It puts them in a better position when they go out and seek employment, and will hopefully support the trade by allowing them to then branch out into electric vehicle.
And how important do you think it is that technicians are great, but we still need spanner turners, don't we? We still need people to know how to turn that spanner. And
so although we're going down the electric route, hydrogen route, and whatever else comes in now, we will still need people to work on steering, suspension, brakes. We will still need that, and those skills are what we teach sort of at level 1 and at level 2 here at the college, along with diagnostic skills at level 3.
So we are talking to the aftermarket. How can they help you?
So what we're looking for in support is support with tech and equipment, so access to that, access to training, so diagnostics kit. So we have a good range of diagnostic kit, but as you know, it moves 100 mile an hour. So if we can get that kit in or get access to that kit, borrowing kit, people coming in and lenders kit showing us what that kit is.
And you'd like to invite manufacturers to come and talk to your students as well?
Absolutely, yeah. So having them in and doing master classes, coming and showing us. We do have companies coming in and do that. So having more and more exposure would be absolutely fantastic for our students.
What about your students going to shows such as Automechanica and UK Garage?
So we'll be going to Automechanica this year. We have a lot of exposure. We take our students out to lots of different companies. But again, the more the merrier. As much exposure as we can get for our students to understand what it's like in the real world, what it's like walking around a garage, walking around a workshop would be absolutely fantastic.
So what's the future hold?
The future, I think, is good for motor vehicle. Hydrogen is something I'm really keen on exploring. And I think, personally from the trade, my view is that, hydrogen would be the way forward.
And how many students do you want here in the end? What's your capacity?
So my plan is to put over 200 students through our centre each year.
Double the capacity.
Wish
you all the best.
Absolutely, thank you very much.
What interests you good self about being an MOT tester?
It's a bit dark, but I've been in a motor vehicle, incidents on the road before, like driving crashes and such. So being an MOT tester really inspires me just to keep all cars on the road safe and secure for myself and other people. I've done a lot of things. I started off as a car valeter, now I'm a technician, and my first car is a hybrid. I've still got that little car, so definitely going on to things like EVs, hybrids. There's millions of doors I could open and go through, but it's just a matter of picking which one, I suppose.
Regarding the safety side, do you think as a country we're not safety conscious as much as we should be?
I'd say we are. It's a bit hit and miss. Sometimes you'll miss things. Sometimes things will be flagged up that shouldn't be flagged up. It just depends on each individual and each car, to be honest, but it could be more strict.
What checks should they do and when?
Tyres are a big thing. Check in tread depths, check in tyre pressures, checking that there's not metal cables coming out the side of your tyre.
So Charlie, you're a level 3 student here at Shrewsbury College's group.
Yeah.
How you find the studying?
Yeah, it's really great at the moment. I mean, there's a lot to learn, especially in this sort of environment. It's a very good garage and workshop to work in at the moment. There's a lot of stuff and tools available to use towards the course. You learn a lot, especially with the teachers that we've got here at the moment. They're very good. So.
And you've taken it on and got yourself a job at an independent workshop?
Yeah, so recently, last week, I had work experience in a garage. I know a few of the people that work there through like family and stuff, so I asked to go back to them because I already did a week in the past with them. And especially being with level 3, they knew I'd be finishing college soon and offered me a job there. So.
And what has Shrewsbury College added to your knowledge?
They've taught me a lot, especially from when I first started. I didn't have much of a clue sort of in the ins and outs of how the cars work and how they sort of the in-depth stuff of it. And then obviously throughout the 3 years you learn more and more. It adds on to your knowledge, so it's quite good.
Is it fair to say you're never going to stop learning?
Yeah, I think you do learn stuff every day, especially being in the last week compared to throughout the 3 years you've been here. You sort of learn more stuff as you go, so it's quite good, yeah.
So do you have a plan in the industry? Is there somewhere you want to end up in 20 years' time, should we say?
So in 20 years' time, I probably want to own my own garage and have my own business.
Tyler, you're a level 3 student here at Shrewsbury College's group. How did you get into motoring?
Basically, my mum was like, I went to a work experience before I started college, and I wanted to see how I would like it before I did it in college, and I loved it. The first week I was there, it was mint. The night before, I decided to do it.
So why did you choose the qualification you're on, the level 3?
Because I like vehicles from growing up, and I thought, why wouldn't I want to work on them? And I like working on vehicles. I work in a garage 1 day a week since I've been there for 2 years now, doing problem solve, and they've been helping me out, and I've been helping them out with everything.
What's your favourite car to work on?
There's some Fords that are quite nice.
Fords?
Not the wet belt ones, the older ones, but...
What's the problem with wet belts?
They deteriorate over time and they end up snapping unless they've been looked after good and replaced.
So Sam, you're an apprentice at Shrewsbury College,
yes.
And you're also working for the main dealer, JT Youth Group.
Yeah.
How did you get into motoring?
Just love cars ever since. My dad was always into them when I was younger, so I just really enjoy cars and just got a basic interest in them.
What interests you about cars? What's the main?
I love like hearing them and just everything about them. Just something turns on in me. It's just I love it. I really do.
So how's EVs changing your opinion?
Yeah, I mean obviously with Honda, like all the new stuff, it's clever, and like the EV stuff I'm not a massive fan of, but the hybrid stuff, obviously that's in Formula 1 now.
Yeah.
And it's just, I think it's really cool. I think it's a great future.
It's excellent that the youth of today are actually looking at it and investing time and thinking it is cool.
Yeah.
It's still a car, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. It's nuts and bolts, and it's still, old cars have still got a battery on them. So yes, it's only 12 volts, and a hybrid was 10,000 volts, but it's just nuts and bolts, and it's just a different part of the car.
So what do you do at JTU's?
I'm a technician, obviously apprentice, so just literally everything, get my hands dirty any way I can.
And have you built up in that role? Because you've been there quite a while now.
Yeah, so I've been there 16 months, started just PDI new cars and just basic stuff like that, then started servicing, and then they're letting me on to bigger jobs now, obviously with someone else, shadowing, doing cam belts, engines, all that sort of stuff, so it's really good to get your hands dirty.
And where do you want to go to?
I don't know yet. I'm still thinking ahead. I mean, obviously MOT technician and master techs, potentially EV route, something like that would be good as well. So just, see where my future leads. I mean, I'm one of 3-4 dealerships, but all the guys in the independent garages have so much more knowledge into different vehicles and just masses of things they see, and I don't really get to see as much as they do, but the stuff I get to see is a lot more in depth as such, and it's a lot more technical. So it's just there's many differences.